When you think of NASA, you picture telescopes pointed at distant galaxies, rovers crawling across Mars, and satellites mapping black holes. Their primary mandate is to look up and out into the cosmos. However, this same space agency is currently running missions 11,000 meters straight down into the pitch-black waters of the Pacific Ocean. This dive into the deep sea has fueled plenty of internet rumors. There are claims that NASA is covering up prehistoric monsters down there, or that they've stumbled onto a submerged extraterrestrial base. The location they are exploring is the Mariana Trench, a massive scar in the ocean floor characterized by absolute darkness where sunlight cannot reach. To understand the scale of this place, consider the peak of Mount Everest. This chart shows how that peak measures up to the ocean floor. If you inverted the entire mountain and dropped it into the trench, the peak wouldn't even touch the bottom. There would still be kilometers of empty water above it. At the 36,000-foot mark, the environment becomes incredibly hostile. Water pressure at this depth is severe enough to crush human bone in a fraction of a second. Why would an agency with a limited budget dedicate its resources to braving a lightless abyss that feels entirely disconnected from the rest of Earth? NASA scientists view the absolute bottom of our ocean as the closest functional proxy we have to an alien world. NASA is studying how specific organisms and robotic systems function in environments that were once thought to be uninhabitable. For example, Jupiter's moon Europa is covered by an unbroken frozen shell of thick ice. On Saturn's moon Enceladus, planetary geologists suspect that massive saltwater oceans lie beneath its icy crust. The conditions within those subsurface oceans mirror the Mariana Trench. They share the same total absence of light, freezing temperatures, and immense liquid pressure. Exploring these moons presents a massive engineering hurdle. Under miles of water or ice, traditional communication fails. There is no GPS, and radio signals cannot penetrate the depths. This is where NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is testing a deep-sea initiative known as Project Orpheus. Without commands from operators on the surface, this robot relies on advanced cameras and artificial intelligence to navigate independently. Proving that an autonomous machine can successfully map the pitch-black Mariana Trench is a required first step before a rover can do the same on an icy moon millions of miles away. While engineers test the limits of their machines, marine biologists are using these depths to study the limits of biology. Along the ocean floor, hydrothermal vents erupt with dark clouds of mineral-rich toxic gases. Bizarre extremophile organisms thrive here. They sustain themselves on the chemical energy erupting from the Earth's crust rather than solar power. The presence of complex ecosystems in Earth's toxic, high-pressure darkness provides a precedent for what might exist around similar vents on the floor of Europa's ocean. But robots and extremophiles only answer part of the equation. Human spaceflight requires an understanding of how our own bodies and minds endure prolonged isolation. Under the NEMO project, NASA places teams of astronauts in a pressurized laboratory anchored deep beneath the surface of the ocean. The conditions down there mirror life on the International Space Station. The crew operates within confined quarters, separated from a lethal outside environment by just a few inches of glass and metal. Spending weeks in this underwater habitat provides vital data on the physical and psychological stamina necessary for a long-haul spaceflight. The ocean floor serves a dual purpose. It allows for the study of chemical-based ecosystems and acts as an endurance crucible for the humans who will try to find them elsewhere. The evidence points to a far more practical reality than any internet conspiracy. There are no submerged alien bases or prehistoric monsters being kept under wraps. The Mariana Trench is an active testing ground where NASA can refine autonomous navigation and study chemical-based survival before committing to a mission across the solar system. Years from now, a probe will likely melt its way through the frozen shell of a distant moon and drop into an uncharted saltwater void. When it finally transmits a signal confirming the presence of extraterrestrial life, that moment will be possible because we first learned how to navigate the terrifying depths of our own planet.